In this lesson, we'll be dealing with chemical reactions. What do you think a chemical reaction is? Pause this video while you think about that and record your response in the Microsoft form. I'll give you some time to do that now. So, I asked you to explain what you think a chemical reaction is. Let's start by focusing on the word reaction. When you react to something like a joke or a sad song, you experience a change in emotion and you change your facial expression. The key word here is change. It's similar with chemicals. When chemicals react, they change. So in a chemical reaction, the chemicals involved interact with each other and undergo a change. A chemical, by the way, is anything made of atoms and molecules. The word chemical usually has a negative connotation in everyday life, but the truth is everything around you that's made of atoms and molecules is a chemical. You use and consume chemicals every day. Like I said, today we'll be dealing with chemical reactions. What might you expect to see during a chemical reaction? Pause this video while you think about that question and record your response in the Microsoft form. I'll give you some time to write down your thoughts now. I bet that a lot of you expect to see explosions, fire, light, color, smoke, things like that during a chemical reaction. These things certainly happen during some chemical reactions. In the chemical reaction you'll see in the next video, some of these things will occur. We'll be using 3 different chemicals in the chemical reaction you'll see today. I'll show you what the chemicals are and then ask you to pause the video and record your observations about each one, such as the color and appearance. Obviously, you won't be able to make observations about things like feel or smell. I will tell you now that all the chemicals we will use happen to be pretty much odorless. One chemical we will use is something called phenol red solution, which is a mixture of water and a chemical called phenol red. Pause this video and record your observations about phenol red solution in the Microsoft form. What does it look like? Be specific and write things down even if they seem obvious. I'll give you some time to write down your observations now. You probably wrote down that phenol red is a red liquid. Phenol red is commonly used as a pH or acidity indicator. This is because it changes color in environments with different amounts of acidity. Right now it's red, but if I mixed it with something really acidic like vinegar, it would turn yellow. We will also use something called calcium chloride. The chemical formula of calcium chloride is CaCl2. The chemical formula tells us that each molecule of calcium chloride consists of 1 atom of calcium and 2 atoms of chlorine. Here is a model of a molecule of calcium chloride. At this point, I would like you to pause the video and record your observations about calcium chloride in the Microsoft form. What does it look like? Again, be specific and write things down even if they seem obvious. I'll give you some time to write down your observations now. You probably wrote down that calcium chloride looks like tiny white balls, kind of like snow. Calcium chloride might look familiar to you because it is commonly used to de-ice roads and sidewalks during the winter. Believe it or not, calcium chloride is also used in cheese making. If you've made cheese before, the recipe probably included calcium chloride. The third chemical we will use today is something called sodium bicarbonate. The chemical formula of sodium bicarbonate is NaHCO3. The chemical formula tells us that each molecule of sodium bicarbonate consists of 1 atom of sodium, 1 atom of hydrogen, 1 atom of carbon, and 3 atoms of oxygen. Here is a model of a molecule of sodium bicarbonate. Pause this video and record your observations about sodium bicarbonate in the Microsoft form. What does it look like? I'll give you some time to write down your observations now. You probably wrote down that sodium bicarbonate looks like a white powder. I bet you've all used sodium bicarbonate before, but you probably know it by a different name, baking soda. If any of you like baking, you know that a lot of recipes call for baking soda. Baking soda is a rising agent, meaning it helps make things like muffins and pancakes get big and fluffy. Baking soda has lots of other uses too. It can be used to extinguish small grease and electrical fires. It can be used as an antacid to treat indigestion and heartburn. And it can be used to clean surfaces and is found in some types of cleaning supplies. It can also be found in personal hygiene products like toothpaste and mouthwash. In the next video, you'll see what happens when phenol red solution, calcium chloride, and sodium bicarbonate combine.